Guitar is not a Gibson, although it wears the thing on the from my old Gibson. Actually, no, I guess I put it back on my old Gibson. This was actually a guitar me and my brother Eddie Stawiars, excuse me, Eddie Star Wars, up in Massachusetts. Me and him built this a couple of years ago as a not too literal clone of my main guitar because she was just getting so old. My old '66 Firebird Bluetta. So we took some liberties. It's instead of a walnut or mahogany body, it's actually swamp ash. So the guitar is very, very bright and responsive, glued in neck, contoured the neck to exactly how it felt good to me. So it's real thin, real fast. I don't know if you can see the action on this crummy freaking webcam thing. If I look underneath, maybe I can tell if you can see. I'll try going this way. This way we're going wrong way. We'll go that way. Yeah, there's the neck. So as you can see, it's pretty low. But anyways, enough of that. Let's get on to this. This attractive little device, let me turn the volume down all the way for a moment, is one of my experiments a few years ago led to this thing. I had called it one of my stupid simple overdrive series kind of deals. And my good friend Barry Steindel from guitarpcb.com and Ray Wilkie and I guess a couple other folks thought enough of the circuit where they decided they would make a circuit board for this commercially available, which you can get at guitarpcb.com. I endorse them doing this. They have my permission. You know, Barry's been a good friend of mine for as long as I've been on the internet, pretty much. You know, the guys are awesome. And they really were impressed by the fuzz. It's a very simple build, just a couple of parts. They actually sell a kit there for about $9 plus shipping, where they supply most of the hard-to-get parts. Not that there's anything hard to get. It'll obviously fit in a 1590A, which is nice. And it's a really cool kind of little fuzz box. It's good for boosts and for, you know, fuzz and for overdrives and all kinds of crap. So let's see what it sounds like. What do you say? I'll try to keep this one kind of short and sweet. If I can get this thing to stay put without like falling over. Big task, man. There is so much crap on my bench right now. I've been working like a dog. There's a guitar show coming up in a week. I'm hoping to have a couple of things there that I can let people try. Okay, there we go. There's two knobs. This is bias. Right now it's all the way up. As you change it, you change the character of the tone. Cleans up good. 1. Then you got volume. For a little perspective. Off. Guitar up all the way. So it gives you a boost. And then you can dial in like a fair amount of dirt. Very amp-like, a lot of second harmonic. And also remember, I'm running these into like a clean amp without distortion. Fuzzes like to go into distorted amps. That's just the nature of the beast. It sounds better. The more harmonics you get, the better it sounds. But this thing makes even a little clean Fender sound great. So I can boost that. It's like being able to give your amp like, 3 or 4 more, or your guitar 3 or 4 more notches on the volume. And of course you can clean it right up. If you have a bass control on your guitar like I do, you can control the distortion level right from your guitar. Let me turn it down a little bit so I can... Bass down. Try to do it so you can see. Hear the difference? Bass cut. Good for like nice neck pickup kind of, bluesy shit, Roll some treble off. Very dynamic. that lick? Ooh, attitude. anyways, enough of this wanking. This is the Photon Fuzz. You can get the PCB. I can't talk because I'm Jimi Photon. How you doing? Give my best to your family. Because I'm Jimi Photon, so I can't talk. Them's the breaks, man. You know? I mean, it's like on a good day I can play a halfway decent guitar. Today ain't a good day, but that doesn't matter. Blinded by the light. But anyways, you can get the PCB at guitarpcb.com for this particular unit. And I hope you know, if you like it. They're sold out right now, which I'm very pleased by, because it's actually the second run they sold out, which is kind of cool for me for no particular reason. It's not like I'm getting anything out of it. But it's just good to see that people are digging it, man. So if you dig the sound of this thing, build yourself one. Oh, and by the way, the weird finish on here, which doesn't really show up that well because it's like kind of too bright in here, it's actually done with, they got those like chalk marker things. They look like pastels or like psychedelic colors and shit. Kids use them to like write on like, you know, walls with or whatever, because you can wipe it off after it's dry. It's good for like marking spots on like effects if you can't remember where to go and set things, or if you're one of those people, like a lot of people I know, that insist that they have to have everything set exactly the same at every gig. I plug shit in, I go, whatever it is, I usually just run with it. I'm too lazy to mess with it. But anyways, what I did was I just kind of like drooled that stuff all over these things and like did the equivalent of swirl painting it by doing so. And then once I kind of thought it looked alright, I let it dry for a couple hours, because I was doing this until about 4 o'clock this morning, actually. Took it out and I squirted it with a little bit of shellac, because I was out of my more usual lacquer, because usually I use lacquer on the guitars, so I got some kicking around, but all I had was a little bit of shellac, and I figured, you know, seeing as how this is, you know, just like such a weird pedal already, I kind of like the way that it ended up feeling and stuff. The shellac worked great, sealed it up enough where as it wears, because there's layers and layers of pastel and chalk, it'll just keep evolving, which I just kind of thought was cool, you know, but what can I tell you? Anyways, Photon Fuzz, you can get them at guitarpcb.com. The circuit board's about $9. Or if you want me to build you one, I can build you one. I can make it point-to-point on Vero board, point-to-point, you know, just component-to-component if you want, whatever you want, I don't really care. It's a relatively simple circuit. Build-up time's relatively quick. If you're interested, just contact me. You can look around on do-it-yourself stop boxes, or actually you can get the damn schematic at Barry's. It's out there. It's open source. Anybody can build one of these things. But if you're going to rip off my fucking circuit like everybody always does to everybody else, at least give me some fucking credit once in a while, right? I don't ask for much. Actually, I don't ask for anything, honestly, because, I mean, if you don't give me credit, I'm probably not going to know. But if I do find it, I might be an asshole about it, because, you know, it's like, look, you know, it's like, say you went and, like, figured out a way to make chocolate chip cookies, right? But your cookie was really kind of, like, cool, and it was kind of unique, it kind of tasted good or whatever, you know? And then you had some guy come along and take the exact same thing that you posted right down to the very specific ingredients of the cookie, and then call it their own. Without even changing something, just out of courtesy, you know? I mean, change a freaking resistor value, for Christ's sake. You know? I mean, it's just kind of lame, man, you know? I mean, it's like, I understand we all do it, and that's cool. But here's the difference, okay? Most of us boot tweaker kind of weirdos, if we go and, like, do some ungodly expensive pedal, and we explain how it works, or we figure it out, or we reverse engineer it, or whatever, like what me and Dino and RG and, you know, Kepi and did with the Ludwig Phase 2 and stuff, you know? I mean, it's like, you know, that's one thing, because we'll give credit to the people that came up with the freaking circuit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, most of us that have been doing this a while, we kind of look at things, we're like, oh, another tube screamer, oh, another fuzz face, oh, another tone bender, oh, you know, a tube screamer with a fuzz face, ooh, you know, it's all good. But the thing is, you know, this life is a one-way trip, you know what I'm saying? So, like, leave a little tip for the next sucker, you know? If you go and take something, like, if I go and, like, make something and you dig it, and I put it up on the internet so that you can steal it or use it or whatever, God bless. Not that I believe in any of that crap, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you feel free to use it, man. Build it. Make one for yourself. Make one for your buds, you know? Build one for your mom if she plays guitar. It's all good. I don't care. But give a little credit where it's due. So when you see these DIY guys, the DUI guys, haha, you know, that are like slaving away, making like bizarre little noisemakers on the internet, and then like open sourcing that shit so that anybody that wants to can make it. If you're gonna rip us off, at least give us a little freaking credit. All right? That's the moral of the story for today. I don't even know why I'm preaching and babbling. Let me let you go. I still got one more of these stupid things I gotta freaking do. So that's another guitar I gotta tune. Listen to me, bitch. My life is actually good. I'm very blessed to have it. You know, a lot of people, you know, aren't anywhere near as fortunate as I, and I'm very grateful for that, to whatever it was that made me. I think they're both dead. But it is what it is. Anyways, Jimi Photon, the Photon Fuzz. Woohoo! Okay, hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time. So stay extra crispy, live long and prosper. Remember to always keep your fuzzy goodness first in line. And change your strings once in a while. They get kind of gross, you know what I'm saying?